Hi everybody, this is Vision Mantis Elite MES 005 power supply. Just been delivered recently. Thought we'd do a little unboxing video. It seems to be all the rage on YouTube these days. So just thought we'd have a look to see what we've got in here. I've had this about a week, just haven't had the chance to get it even unboxed. So Sunday, there's nothing much going on, so I thought we'd have a try today. This looks like a clamp for the bench. Yeah. Clamp. Assuming this will be some sort of power supply. Alright, what is this rated at? That's 9 volts at 1.6 amp. Made in China. That's all the best equipment is these days. A few adapters for wherever we are in the world. Guessing this is our one. Yep. That's that. Right, and you guessed it, the battery failed after about 1 minute, so there's a small continuity issue on that video. We now have what looks like vinyl cover for the equipment, and this is the main arm that we've got. Strangely rated at 9 volts, 1.7 amp max, instead of whatever the power supply was, a little bit lower than that, I think. Right, there we go. Plastic, obviously, some sort of swivel base. Very smooth swivel on that, considering it is just plastic and aluminium by the looks of it. On off switch. About that. Right, if we can bring up this other box, they should have all the optics in it. Right, let's have a look. That is a ×2 objective. Very well wrapped. Oh, no, that's very nice. Don't exactly know how this works at the moment, but there's obviously a high quality glass lens in here, and this is some sort of plastic Fresnel type lens. I guess we'll get to see how that works later on. ×2. I don't think that's going to be very useful for most of our work, but we have ×2, ×4, ×6, ×8 and ×10 in this particular kit. There's also a ×15 and ×20 I think available, but we've only gone up to the ×10. So that's the ×2. Strangely, these are all in separate little plastic tubs, so we must just change the centre optic. Alright, yes, there we go. That's the ×4. Just in its own little plastic tub with some foam at the bottom. I would have preferred that with foam at the top and bottom. Yeah, I think I would have chopped that in half and had foam top and bottom, because at the top there's only a bit of tissue paper. Oh, that's the ×4. And we have the ×6 and the 8. I won't get all of these out, we'll just have a look at the ×8 I think actually, because I suspect that's probably the one. Now there is a bit of foam at the top of this one. That's a much better idea. Much bigger in size now. Strangely covered in dust and so a few little marks on the lens. I don't know whether you're going to be able to see any of that. I'm sure you won't. Don't know whether any of the dust is showing up there, and there's a few marks on this lens. Again, I don't know whether you're going to see any of that. Sure, it'll just clean off with a. Actually, I don't know about that one's cleaning off. That's a mark on the lens. But I don't suppose it matters in general operations, so we'll see. Mac. Right, the last one that we've got is the ×10. Actually, we'll have a look at this one. Again, packed with no foam on the top. Very strange. Of course, this could, because this is a review loan of the equipment, this probably is used lenses perhaps. Again, a lot of dust and bits on there, but shouldn't be an issue. But I would rather have seen some foam on the top, because there isn't anything there apart from tissue paper, which is probably where all that dust on that lens has come from. Right, now the main viewing head. check that out. Show you what the problem is. This is got some plastic over it to protect it, and it's kind of stuck to the cardboard. Seen a couple of release straps on the side now. That's it. So yeah, separate protective sheet there. Very good idea. And we have this is a product range overview. Yeah, we'll have a look at that later on. That is the main viewing head. Let's get this box out of the way. There we have some have a user guide. Ah yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different languages. Just telling us how to assemble it. Hopefully that will be pretty straightforward. And yeah, that's it. Some silica crystals. Well, this is seems to be a generally plastic constructed bit of equipment. That's where you would look. Seems to be a I'm assuming this is some sort of lighting around here. Same the other side, assuming they're LEDs. Can't actually see, to be honest, at the moment, but we'll work that out. Seems to be space for 2 optics. I'm not entirely sure what that does at the moment. Socket on the back there, power no doubt, serial number. Right, so I think we'll just get that assembled and back in a minute. Right, I'll just quickly pop the bench clamp and the base together. You can see that they how they go together, and then the arm just slides over the top, and we'll swivel. Let's move this camera a bit. Yeah, you can see there. If this was staying here, I would be mounting it to the back of the bench, so it faced this way, and of course it would probably be over on my rework station, so I can just use it above the preheater perhaps. But it's pretty easy to move if you need it on different benches, I think. Right, the viewing head just sits onto here, you can see on this, yeah, it hooks over the top one here, and looks like we've got to remove that lower bolt to allow it to go on, and then put it back in again. In fact, I've got to loosen the other one as well, because it's got a bit of a, if you look here, it focuses, I guess not, that bit here needs to sit in to this recessed area just there, so it's got to be unscrewed slightly. Flush. Let's pop that back in again. That's better. You can see there now. One. And the other one. So we've just got to pull this rubber boot back over, keep the dust out. Just the other side. That's it. One wire there. Which I think fits in there. There's quite a range of movement there. The locking lever here. Yeah, that seems to, I'm not sure what that is doing. Oh yeah, it's just restricting how easy it is to move it up and down. You've still got movement there, but if I unlock that, it really moves quite freely. The head seems to turn left and right. very well balanced. Anyway, let me finish setting that up and we'll be back in a minute. Now, because this is a stereo viewer, it's virtually impossible to use a camcorder looking through where I would look to see the components. I've got a little bit there, and I have to say it's absolutely stunning. It's probably not going to come over very well on that limited view I've got on the camera, but when I'm looking and using both eyes with the eye adjustment set correctly, it is absolutely fantastic. The lighting, the LED array on both sides of the lens is lighting it all absolutely perfectly. Couldn't possibly complain about anything I've seen so far, and this was really just supposed to be a quick unboxing. I've popped the ×8 and the ×10 objective lens in there, and I think for me this is on the ×8 at the moment, and I think that would be absolutely perfect for most rework situations that we're going to face. I did pop the ×10 in as well, but I found that if you're focusing on the board and where the solder joint is, which is where we're working on, some of the components, the top of the component, although it's only very little, just a little bit higher than the actual solder joint, it made the well, the depth of field wasn't as great. So the top of, say that little FET there, or whatever it is, I can't see from here holding the camera, but the top of it would be very, very slightly out of focus, but the joints were perfectly in focus with the ×10. So I think with the ×8 it's easier to view because the whole component appears to be in focus, and I think for long-term use over an hour or so, that's got to be better and easier on your eyes. But I'm hoping this is showing you how good this is. The focusing is achieved by just moving the whole head of the equipment up and down slightly. There's I'll just come away from this and show you that. So that's the board I'm working on there. You can see the gap between the board and the lens, and on each side there's a little handle that you just lift it up and move it down just to achieve the focus. Very easy to use. Same on this side here, and there's a little smoked perspex screen there, which you can see the components through. I don't know why that would need to be smoked. The light's not that bright to affect your eyes, I wouldn't have thought, but anyway, that's how it's been done. And as I say, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this back now. It took me a few seconds to get the camcorder in the right place, but no, I'm not going to be able to do it again. But I think you get the idea from that. So yeah, that's the Vision Engineering Elite. Just a quick unboxing. We'll have a proper review in a few weeks' time. I shall obviously try and do a video review and a written review. So, but first impressions, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.